Hi, Charlotte.
There you go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
There you go. Hey, Carson, let's head on up.
No, I need more distance.
There we go. We'll just wait for Senpai to get in the frame. There we go. Okay, let's bow in. Onegaishimasu. Okay, enter the ground with your weights. Use the ground to send your movement. Upper body is very open, relaxed. Press into the ground to send your weight and turn your hips. Okay, we'll do another arm swing. We're in a forward stance. Shift your weight forward and back. Let your arm swing forward and back. You push off the back heel, send your hips forward. Push off the front foot, send your hips back. And release those arms and shoulders. Breathing into the belly. Switch feet. Good. Feet close together. Knees bent, hip turns. Underway. And knees. To the corners. Forward and back. Good. Bring the hips forward to stand up. Rolling shoulders, get the spine moving. Good. Let's roll the head a little bit, get the neck warmed up. Good. Bit of a turn. Good. Let's do some Taino Henko, be part of our warm-up as well. So remember we did this the other day. So Taino Henko. Okay, so Migi Hanmi, right side forward. Good, ready stance. Your partner is grabbing you on the outside of the wrist. So Gakyu Te, Gakyu Hanmi, grabbing the outside of the wrist. Let's do this together. Your back foot comes off, line, and then you do a full tenkan. Remember, Charlotte, we're working on keeping the elbows in front when we turn. So when we turn, we don't want to collapse or bring the arm back, because then they can take that arm, pull you around. So you keep your elbows in front of your center. When you turn, push that across your center. Let your hip turn, push the elbow across your center. So it's always in front of your center. It doesn't get stuck out here. Let's make sure we work on that together. Okay, so Migi Hami, right side, offline. Make sure your right wrist is in front of your center. And as you throw your leg behind, it pushes your elbow across your center so it stays in front. Okay, let's do that side a couple more times. So offline, hand stay, just like you're holding a sword, always in front of your center. In fact, let's do a couple more where we have one hand on top of the other, just like we're holding a sword. And then we have to work on keeping that sword in front of our center and not letting that sword be left behind or get to our side, because we don't have a lot of power here. Our power is in front of our hips. So if we're holding a sword, get offline, turn, keep the sword in front. So let's try a few like we're actually holding a sword. Okay, so Migi Hami. So instead of like a regular Hami no Kamae with our hands here, we're actually gonna put them together like we're holding a sword. Again, of course, you hold the sword way out there, not in here. Okay, so hold that sword in front of our center, step off line, and tenkan. Keeping that sword in front of the center the whole time. Okay, front foot off line, big turn, keep the sword in front. Let's do that once more. Off line, big turn. Okay, now let's do that with the other leg forward. You can switch your hands if you want, so your forward leg is the hand that's on top. Left leg forward, left hand on top. So this would be like we're holding a jo. Because when we have the other hand, left hand back, that's the bokken. The jo we can hold the other way. So left leg forward, hands together. Offline. As you do a big tenkan, keep the hands in front. Nice forward stance, of course, at the end. Okay, ready? Left leg forward, offline, big turn. Offline, big turn, keep the sword in front. Okay, so now we'll go back to regular Taino Henko with the regular arm position, which is just like Minuchi, but it's a little bit lower and palms up. So we call this Geidon. Geidon is low level. Geidon is low. Normal Minuchi is Jodon, high level, about head level. This is down here at hip level, Geidon. So exactly the same thing. When we turn, we'll be here. So again, we keep this in front of our hips. So back to the right leg forward. Offline, big turn, tenkan. Hold for 3 seconds. And correct or adjust anything that needs to be corrected. Offline, tenkan. Front knees bent, right knees bent. Offline, tenkan. Keep the weight in the right leg. Offline, turn. Offline, turn. Forward stance. Okay, left side, hidari, left leg forward. Offline, keep your hands in front of your center, big turn. Push the arm across your center so it stays in front. Left leg forward, offline, tenkan. Left leg is bent at the end. Offline, tenkan. One, two. Each, knee. Okay. So let's do some other things in Charlotte's program. Tachiwaza. Mai ukami. Tachiwaza. Mai ukami. Okay, who can tell me what tachiwaza is?
Standing.
Thank you, senpai. Tachiwaza, standing. What is my? What is my ukumi? Charlotte, do you know what my is?
Side.
Senpai. What's the Japanese word for side? Starts with a Y. Yoko. So what's the Japanese word for, what is my? What's my mean? What's the English definition of my? Front. Wow. Senpai forgot. Okay, so senpai, what does my ukami mean?
Front roll.
Yeah, in this case, it's going to be a roll. Ukami could be either a roll or a break fall, right? But in this case, it's going to be a roll from standing, as you said. So this is in Charlotte's program. So I'm going to just show the steps first. We start at Hami no Kamai. And then we roll from standing, but we're actually not going to roll from here. We're going to kneel down first. And that's going to be just like in the white belt program. You roll from kneeling. Point the knee and the elbow in the direction you want to go. Make the unbendable wheel. Put the head in the wheel. Push off. So, Hami no Kamai, if you watch me first, and kneel down, make the shape, put the head in the wheel, slowly push off. And you turn, you do a tenkai, to face back where you started. So, I kneel down, make the shape, point the knee and the elbow, same direction, forward, head in the wheel, slowly push off, come up with the same leg forward. Then senpai should do a tenkai back. Charlotte, you can just finish here, same side. Let's do some together. So make sure you have room and you're not going to bump into anything or anyone. So Hami no Kamai, kneel down, point the knee and the elbow forward, wheel on the ground, head in the wheel, slowly push off, come up with that same leg. So you start the same way. And senpai, you can do a tenkai back to where you came from, facing back where you came from. Okay, other side now. Right side forward, or whichever side is the other side from last time. Kneel down, wheel on the ground, head in the wheel, slowly push off, keep the wheel, come up with the same leg forward. Okay, let me see you do a few of those. Do one side, then the other, one side, then the other. Dozo. That's right, Charlotte. Very good. I like how you're going back there because then I can see you do it. Okay, senpai, let's see some more. Good, Charlotte, you're doing the other side now. Very good. Tuck your chin really good, Charlotte. Yeah, and Charlotte, when you come up, have your hands closer together instead of out here, more like you're holding a sword right in front. Show me the end position when you come up. Okay, senpai, a couple more. Good, senpai Siler is doing the tenkai at the end. Good. And Titus, let's see you do that too. That's right. Let's see a couple more. Show me the end position, Charlotte. Good, couple more. Okay, one more. One more, senpai. Okay, Charlotte, are you on a hard floor or a carpet?
Carpet.
Oh, good. Okay, well, let's do some back rolls then, just a few. Tachiwaza Ushiro Ukami, standing back roll. So if you want to watch me first, start a Hami no Kamai and kneel down on the back knee. I want to move that leg out of the way. So I can put my butt on the ground, tuck my chin, of course. The knee that's up, that's the side I go over, knee over that elbow. Keep my legs the same. So senpai, this is a basic one. We keep the legs the same. We don't bring the leg through. So you come up with the same leg. Let me demonstrate that once more. And kneel down on the back leg, set up. Now you roll over the side that my knee is up. And Charlotte, I want to move this leg out of the way so I can put my butt straight on the ground. I sit down, I throw this knee over my elbow. The legs stay the same. Okay, take your time and do that. Let's have a look at that. Dozo. Take your time to show all the steps. Kneeling down, all the different parts. Tuck your chin. Show me the finish, Charlotte. Yeah, when you come up, stay in Hami no Kamai for 2 seconds so I can see it. Senpai, make sure your head doesn't touch the ground. Your head shouldn't touch the floor at all. So make sure you go well over that arm, not the shoulder, the arm. Because if you go over the shoulder, probably your head is too close to the ground. So Charlotte, you want to go more over the arm, right? That one was a little bit high. Yeah. So more over on the arm. So you throw the elbow over, you throw the knee over that elbow. Not over the shoulder, over the elbow. Makes a flatter roll. Protects the head. So Titus, that was better. That was a good finish too. Yeah, and Siler, that's good. We're not bringing the leg through for this one though, right? This is the basic one. Legs stay the same position. That's right, Titus. That's right, Siler. Tuck your chin before you go. That's right, Siler. Oh, Titus, I think you brought the leg through on that one. That's not wrong. It's just not the program we're working on right now. That's right, Siler. That's good. You're controlling. One of the reasons why I want you to do it the basic way is so your mind controls your body. So Titus, that's right. You did it. Good correction. Oh, Siler, you brought that leg through, didn't you? So Titus, let's see you do the other side. You did the correct version on the other side. So let's see this side. And Charlotte, go ahead, do a couple more. Oh, Titus, do that again, okay? Charlotte, make sure you tuck your chin really well. Titus, there you did it, right? That's the correction. So that way you have to control your body with your concentration. That's why I'm having you do the basic version. So you're not just doing the more advanced version just because your body knows it and you don't have to really concentrate on it because you kind of know it. So you really have to use your mind, your concentration, and control your body. Okay, let's see one more on each side from everybody. Show me the finish, Charlotte. Good, that's the correct side too, very good. Good work, correct side. Senpai, correct side, Charlotte. Very good. Okay, let's move on. That was quite good. Now, next is Kokyu Nage. Kokyu Nage. Senpai, what is Kokyu Nage? What does Kokyu Nage mean? Kokyu. Senpai, you must know what Kokyu Nage means. Throw, projection, throw. Using everything you have together in a unified way. Your mind, your body, even your breath. Everything's working together. Everything's moving together. Everything's coming together for a unified power. It's not only combining everything you have, mind, body, and breath, but even the other person. So you link up or you connect or you blend and use their power and momentum as well. So you join and combine. Now, of course, we're not doing this with a partner right now, but we can do the footwork and the body movement, and it's really good training for the mind and the body. So Charlotte, we did a little bit of this before, so maybe you'll remember this. Let's have the right side forward. Migi Hanmi. Your partner will be grabbing you on the outside of your right wrist. Now, in the real situation, eventually your partner comes in to grab you and you throw them as they come in without stopping them. So as they come in, you use their momentum and their energy and you use that. You work with that. But even when we have a partner, first we start stationary. We learn it stationary. So we learn all the footwork really clear and posture. Okay, so right side forward. We're going to get offline with the back foot. Step all the way back with the right foot. Tenkai. And we won't do the kneeling one yet. We'll just keep it simple. Standing one first. So you might remember that, Charlotte. Okay, so right side forward. Imagine they're grabbing you on the outside of the wrist. Like that. Get out of the way. In this case, it's the back foot. Step back to get out of the way. Keep your knees bent and your weight really low as you do your tenkai. Because that's the throw. Doing your tenkai, turning your hips is the power for the throw. So if your weight is up here and your knees are kind of locked, you could get off balance real easy, or they might knock you off balance. So when you do your tenkai, make sure you're nice and low, knees bent. Okay, so right side forward. Back foot gets out of the way. Front foot gets out of the way. Tenkai. Couple more. Right side forward. Back foot comes offline. Step back. Tenkai. So when we do the first footwork, back foot comes offline. Front foot comes back. That's the same as Ayumiyashi, right? Irimi, Ayumiyashi. That's what we're doing with the footwork. So basically we're doing Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Let's actually do a couple of just the footwork. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, then Tenkai. Don't worry about the arms. We'll just do a few just with that footwork. So you can clearly identify it's footwork you know, it's footwork you've done before. So it's a new technique for Charlotte, but the footwork is not new. So right side forward, we're not going to worry about the arms. We're just going to do the footwork. So you know that it's Irimi, Ayumiyashi, and then Tenkai, and that's all it is. So here we go. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Couple more times. Right side forward. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Once more. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Forward stance, right? Now let's do a few, just the footwork on the other side. Hidari, left side forward. Remember this, Charlotte? Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Back to left leg forward. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai should be in a forward stance. Your left leg's bent. Left leg forward. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Okay, so all we have to do basically now is make sure we keep our hands in front of our center and extended, not in, because if I'm in, they're in on my space too. Out. You keep them on the outside of your sphere, on the outside of your personal bubble with your extension. So when you do your footwork, you keep your arms out. You do your footwork, keep your extension. Okay, so back to the right side. Migi Hanmi. Good extension now. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Forward stance, right leg is bent. And back. Right side forward. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. So offline, turn. So this is Gakyute Kokyunage. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. One more. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai, forward stance in the right leg, right knee is bent. Left side forward. Hidari. Good extension. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Left leg forward. Irimi, Ayumiyashi, Tenkai. Weights in the left leg. Left knee is bent. Left knee is bent. Couple more. Each knee. Each knee. Okay. Now the only thing we really want to add is when you turn, basic is keeping your hands out, keeping your extension. But this one, you're going to actually grab their wrist. If they're grabbing the outside of your hand, you're going to grab their wrist and do your Tenkai. So instead of just turning around, your hands stay the same way, you're going to imagine you're going to grab their wrist, the wrist of the hand that's grabbing you. It's just like you have both hands out, but you end up grabbing their wrist, so you have more control for the throw. Remember that, senpai? This basic first kokyunage that people learn. So I do Irimi, Ayumiyashi, then I imagine I'm grabbing their wrist to do my Tenkai for the throw. So let's bring that into it, okay? So right side forward. Irimi, Ayumiyashi. Now to stop here, you're grabbing your right wrist. Use your left hand. Imagine you're grabbing their wrist. So it's almost like you're grabbing your own wrist because their hand is really close to yours. And then you do your tenkai. Okay, so right side forward. Irimi Amiyashi. You grab their wrist. It's almost like grabbing your own wrist. Tenkai for the throw. Weights in the right leg. Couple more times. Irimi Amiyashi. Grab the wrist. Tenkai. Irimi Amiyashi. Grab the wrist with your left hand. Tenkai. Okay, other side. Left side forward. Irimi Amiyashi. Now your right hand's going to grab their wrist. It's almost like you're grabbing your own left wrist. And tenkai. Let's break that down again. So left leg forward. First, Irimi Amiyashi. Now instead of just having the arms turn around with you, your right hand is going to grab their wrist. It's almost like grabbing your own left wrist. And then tenkai. Let's break that down again. So left hanmi, they're going to be grabbing the outside of your left wrist. Grabbing the outside of the left wrist, and you're going to grab that wrist. Okay, so we're coming in to grab the left wrist. Irimi Amiyashi, your right hand grabs their wrist, almost like grabbing your own wrist. Tenkai. Left leg forward. Irimi Amiyashi. Right hand grabs their wrist. Tenkai. Couple more. Irimi Amiyashi. It's almost like your right hand's grabbing your left wrist, but it's grabbing their wrist. Offline, grab the wrist, strong tenkai, waist in the left leg. Couple more. Each, knee. Each, knee. Okay, do a couple more on your own. Let's have a look. Let's do a couple more together. Okay, left side forward, left side forward. So the partner's grabbing you from here. Okay, Irimi Amiyashi. Right hand grabs close to your left wrist. Tenkai. Back, left leg forward. Irimi Amiyashi. Grab and turn. Once more. Irimi Amiyashi. Grab and tenkai. Okay. Right side forward. Well, your partner would be grabbing you from here. Irimi Amiyashi. Left hand grabs their wrist. Strong turn. Right side forward. Irimi Amiyashi. Left hand grabs. Tenkai. Once more. Offline. Grab. Turn. And forward stance into your right leg. Okay. Now let's finish with, so that's really good basic movement and good review for everybody. Let's do a little bit from Senpai's program. Now this is going to be very new for Charlotte. So Charlotte, you follow along as best as you can, okay? So Senpai, this is based on Sayuendo. Sayuendo. The attack, the grab, is from behind. Ushiro. Ushiro Teitori. Ushiro Teitori. So you've worked with Yushiro Tottori before for wrist grab releases, right? This is going to be Sayuendo. So you stand normal. Someone comes up from behind to grab your hands or your wrists. Okay, so let's do this together. Okay, so let's say they grab your hands or your wrist. Remember, Senpai, first of all, you want to avoid them getting your hands behind you, because that's even more awkward and difficult to get out of. So you get your hips back, keep your hands in front of your hips, right? That's the first thing we do, Charlotte, is put my hips back, my hands in front. Because again, my power is in front of my hips, not behind my hips. Okay, so we're here, our wrists get grabbed, put our hips back, keep our hands in front of the hips. Now we step back, let's say the right leg steps back behind your partner. Then you do Sayuendo. Simple as that. So we just have to get our step behind our partner. Okay, so let's do that same side a few times. So our wrists are grabbed. Let's get our hips back and our hands forward. So this is like a downward Manuchi. Downward Manuchi. Down here. That's getting my hips back and sending my elbows forward. Okay, so you grab from behind the wrists, hips back, get your hands in front. Keep your weight low, knees bent, because you're going to step back and behind your partner. And shift your weight, do Sayuendo. And if you're way behind your partner, they might even fall over your leg. So it's really important that it's bent and solid, not straight and vulnerable. Okay, a couple more times on that side. Grabbed, hips back so your hands are in front. Make sure your knees are bent and your weight's really low because you're stepping back and behind your partner. Turn your hips for Sayuendo. Okay, once more. You grab, sink your hips back, step behind your partner, turn your hips, right? It's not in the arms, it's in the hips and legs. Okay, let's get ready for the other side. Okay, grab from behind, hips back, hands in front. Left leg steps back and behind your partner. Shift your weight and turn your hips. Grab, hips back for stability. Elbows in front. Slide your left leg behind. Shift your weight into your left leg. Turn your hips. Sink down, elbows forward. Step behind, turn your hips. And there's a little tenkai in there too, isn't there? I shift my weight, turn my hips, and there's a tenkai-like action there, turning on my heels. So I can turn my hips a lot. Sink my hips, elbows forward. It's like a little Manuchi. Step behind, shift your weight, turn your hips. Remember, arms way out there. Potential elbow is in there. So make sure your arms aren't straight. Couple more. Wrist to grab. Get your stability by dropping your weight, sending your hips back. Big step back. Shift the weight, turn the hips. Once more. Drop, elbows in front, step back, shift your weight. Everybody try 2 more on each side. 2 more on each side, please. Go ahead. So, Siler, keep your elbows out when you turn. Not in, out. Good, that's better. Let's see one more. Good job, Charlotte. Okay, let's bow out.